Okay. 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 What was that? Good afternoon, folks. Welcome once again to another session of Hot Issue. What's for lunch today is Monday, 11th of October, 2021. And yay, borders are open. I know the fact that a lot of you have been waiting for this moment for the longest time. And you are using this opportunity, you're using this chance to actually go back to your hometown, to your loved ones, untuk menziarah, your parents or your children or whoever it is that you want to, because why, the borders are finally open as addressed by the Prime Minister yesterday. So hopefully you guys are doing the best that you can. Make sure you guys are taking care of yourselves. Make sure you guys are following all the SOPs as what we've actually advised you guys last week. Make sure you guys try to take a self COVID test first before you make that journey, because you do not want to bring anything else apart from gifts, fruits, or your love back to your hometown, but you don't want to bring back COVID-19 to your loved ones back home in your hometown. One person I know who is not going to be traveling very, very soon, who's not going to be going anywhere very, very soon, because he's like that. He's a bit paranoid. Yeah, but no, he's just worried, and he just wants to take care of himself as much as taking care of the others, ladies and gents. Mr. Melvin Lam. Hey, Melvin.
Hi, how's your day?
My day has been good so far. I had a very splendid weekend. How was your weekend?
We end the same. At home, cooking, cooking, sharing my food, my recipes. And
Mm.
what wayang you are playing today?
What? Sorry?
Wayang are you today?
That's the thing. Why people have, I mean, like, if you guys actually watched our intro earlier today, we have a bit of a difference to open up the show on today, because of something of a symbolic
Yeah,
gesture that we
I
want to
saw the
bring up today.
wayang kulit song. Apa nak main? What
Ah,
wayang you
that's
want to play?
why.
Not enough wayang already. I think we have enough wayang in the society.
No, as people know, I mean, like, wayang kulit is actually one of the most famous form of art, specifically on the east coast of Malaysia, Kelantan
Hmm.
specifically, where people used to tell stories using these figurines, wayang kulit. With a backdrop, just having
Yeah.
the light shine on them, and you can actually see them storytelling on whatever that's happening, using this very unique
Oh,
kind of characters and whatnot. So that's a bit of a history of Wayang Kulit. But why we are using Wayang Kulit as our introduction on today's topic is because we want to have a game of our own. We want to talk about a game of our own. As people already know right now, there's a big phenomenon happening online, in the world right now. A lot of people, they have been watching this series, a very famous series that's on Netflix. And I believe, Melvin, you watched it only 2.5 episodes.
oh
You don't
yes.
dare to watch it more than two and a half
No,
episodes. You
I
completed
completed
it.
the show. Yes. I
Wow.
completed the
Within
show. I decided to complete the show because I want to learn more about
ah
humans, about why. The question is why. Why we do that?
why exactly. So in the name
Uh,
of research, you actually watched the show lah.
yes, yes. Luckily, I didn't
So
have nightmare
So
after
the show
seeing
that
it.
we're talking about, the one that has been hitting us and even got coverage in the US, is the famous Squid Game. Now, as you all may or may not know, apparently, Squid Game is actually a TV show on Netflix which portrays the struggles of a human, or should I say, human beings for that matter. People
Yes,
who are going through a lot of things. They were brought into this place together where they had to compete against one another because they want to put themselves out of debt. But one of the things that a lot of people in this particular show, when they participated in this game, is that all of them, I think, are in debt with the loan sharks, with the banks, and whoever else. They owe people a lot of money. Hence why we want to bring it
yes.
down. We want to make it local. We want to put a bit of a spin to it, and we want to call this episode today the Sotong game, Malaysian edition. Yeah, sounds a bit funny, sounds a bit cheesy, but that's actually a reason why we want to bring this up. That's the reason why we want to bring this out. Is that because
Yeah.
we in Malaysia, unfortunately, if you do not know, we are also playing the game right now, Melvin.
Yes, yes. It is kind of sad, though. But that's why I want to highlight this, and uh, of course, I want to take advantage of that. gimmick name Sotong
Mm,
game, direct translation from Squid Game, because what we share in common, those in the movie, the 400 over them was in deeply debt, and they were pressures by those so-called alone organizations to join,
mhm,
the game, so that they can win with a big amount. But of course, they have to pay their life to do that. As you know, um, they eventually go back to the game. They have an options to come out. I mean, so-called if they vote majority wins, they can discontinue. But eventually, they went back because
mm,
of the pressure given by the society, the pressures given by the Along. They say, oh, I might have a chance to win something at the end if I join back, rather than a pressure by the society. So
mhm.
I thought this is in reality, yes, we face the same in Malaysia, not only elsewhere. I think everywhere we have also such issue now, especially during the pandemic. So that's
Mhm.
why I thought it's good to bring up this subject. And of course, we smartly name it Sotong game to make it a bit dramatic.
Yeah, I mean, like, no, I totally get what you mean because again, this particular thing, when you talk about loan sharks, when you talk about people borrowing money from unofficial people, if I may say so, I mean, like rather than
Sorry,
going to the banks, yeah.
a lot of loan shark are licensed too.
Mm.
Just to
Yeah,
correct you.
that's the scary thing because they portray themselves. They come up to the public as being a registered company, as being the what you call it, accredited company who is given permission by the government for
Yeah,
them to conduct business, for them to lend money to these desperate souls out there. And as you mentioned it as well, Melvin, the fact that right now we are living in this new age where the pandemic has hit us in more ways than one. People are becoming more and more desperate, as stated here in the topic. Pandemic gives loan shark more prey because a lot of desperate people out there, regardless for whatever reason, it could be about business, it could be about family, it could be about anything that you can think of. People are going to loan sharks. People are going to these money lenders to borrow money in hope, with the intentions of able to actually what you call it, save their lives by
mm,
living, paying off their workers, or buying food for their family, so on and so forth. But the reality is that when it comes to loan shark, 9 times out of 10, not no good stories actually come out of it. It is very,
yeah,
very serious where loan sharks, how they conduct business and how they actually handle themselves, Melvin.
yeah. So they have gone through, even in those days, still practice now. You see around the streets, they hang in posters, buntings that offer easy loans now. Now they even go to the social media.
Mm,
They are now targeting at even children, school children, because they know school children probably in those in the colleges and all these things. So these are their targets as well. Then they make it very easy. They say even you are blacklisted, or you can't get loans official elsewhere, they will entertain you. So these kind of promises. So it's come to a state. I mean, put ourselves that we need the money to survive.
mm.
We take it as a gambling. We need the money that we borrow now. We could make it good and repay, but most of cases, uh, it's not, because there are a lot of unwritten agreements once you start borrowing with that. You know, so
Yeah, and when you talk about this thing, you are totally correct in saying that loan sharks are smart people too. I mean, nowadays, you would, like you said, you would see like advertisements on bunting, you would see stickers being put on walls. Now people are going through their social medias. People are going online, in which that it will pop up in your mind. It will pop up because that's the thing that you see. One thing about online digital marketing is that the more often you see one thing, the more, I mean, like the greater feeling that you would have inside to actually check out what is it all about. And imagine if someone,
yeah,
if person A, for instance, who is really desperate, who is really in a bind, who is really, looking for that alternative, wanting to get money, they see this every single day, they would think to themselves, why not? It's only going to be like 5,000. It's only going to be like 10,000. I'm
Yeah.
definitely going to pay it back. But that's the dream that is being sold by all of these loan sharks. Yes, I will solve your problems right
Mm.
now, but 3, 4 days down the line, you will be that problem once again because you need to pay back with the enormous amount of interest going back to the loan shark. Now, my
Yes.
question to you, Melvin, is that these guys are accredited, these guys are official, these guys have business registrations, but
Mm.
still, we know for a fact how they conduct business, but yet they are still out there giving out this false hope to people. Why is this happening? Is it the fault of certain agencies giving them the ability to run this business, or is it just something that people just don't understand? What do you think?
I think the authorities have to step in. Um, do you know this so-called license money lender? The license
Mm-hmm.
is actually given out by KPKT, the Ministry of Local Government and Housing. This ministry is the one responsible to issue out the license. And I did send a message over to them. It's high time. I mean, yes, it seems it's a professional industry. I mean, it's like having going through the bank. You can
Mm-hmm.
have this another sector of industry that so-called lender is much easier to apply. For those who have cannot produce records and all those things. Fine. I mean, it could be a good thing. I think it's high time they called in their those licensee, the holders of the license, have a round table talk with them. The law have to be abide. Yes, you have to follow the rules of laws. Do not harass the borrower or do not harass the family. If they fail to so-called honor the agreement, if the borrower fail to honor the agreements, they should go through the proper way, but not through harassment. And this is where we also through the harassments. That's where I think that we can actually start organizing a soccer game. I think if they have this, Malaysia have the Sotong game, how many people will apply for this? You know,
Yeah. I
uh,
mean, looking
it's
at
no
the
joke.
show, I mean, granted, if you look at the show, you have, in the show, it was portrayed that they had 456 participants involving in the
Yeah,
Squid Game, the Korean version. But again, if you were to have a Sotong game in Malaysia right now, I don't think 456 people is enough who would be applying for this game. I think it's going to be in the thousands because we have a lot of people down here in Malaysia who are definitely in debt, who are definitely in need of support, not because
yeah,
they really want to. I mean, like, we can blame the gamblers, we can blame the addicted people for whatever reason if they have that vice, to do something bad. I mean granted, they were already in the wrong path to begin with, but we're talking about the people who actually borrowed money to save their lives, to save their businesses, to save their family members, to feed them. And
yeah,
these are the people who didn't have anywhere else to go, as what they have actually declared over and over again. They had no other choice but to go to loan sharks because banks would not want to entertain them because they're blacklisted, because they don't have capital, because they don't have a guarantor, so on, so on, and so forth. But you go to a money lender, you go to a loan shark, less than 24 hours, even I think less than 12 hours, even you would
yeah,
get that approval of loan just like that. It's easier for them. And that's the scary thing because if you understand really life, if it comes too easy, then it's never true, isn't it?
yeah. You see, just for the official record,
Mm.
this year, 2021, January to August this year, the official report cases is 683 reports has been made, launched with PDRM. Means they make go to the police station, they make report that they are being harassed. So
Mhm.
out of which police has arrested 801 alone, right, or loan
Mhm.
sharks, also the same period. So it represents 683 victims officially actually have the guts, they actually act now to make a report. But how
Mhm.
about those not making? So if we do organize this Sotong game in Malaysia, probably it will have it have to have 4 seasons in a year. Multiply, it will usually we have 1 season a year for the next wait. I think Malaysia will be overwhelming again. Have a whole stadiums of people want to participate.
Yeah, and I can
You know?
imagine, playing our childhood games. You got your bottle caps, you got your batu seremban, you got your lompat getah. At least for me, like playing Selipar Tiga, playing kejar-kejar, police and thief, those kind of things. But
Yes.
I mean, like, all jokes aside, because like, it's actually portrayed. There was actually a commenter who actually watched the Squid Game, the Korean show. They said that the watchers, the viewers of that show, we were the VIPs because we're taking pleasure in watching the sufferings of people out there. And it is actually a reality right now that a lot of people are suffering. And we, in our comfort of our couches, in the comforts of our own home, we're watching this and we are making fun about it. The reason why you said that you watch it because it is so close to the reality of whatever that is happening in Malaysia specifically. And that's what I believe the director is trying to portray. And you didn't even want to watch the show at first, did you, Melvin?
I actually, after 2 episodes, I actually felt that it's too much violence in the show. Every single moment that's violence. But then after I realized this is what reality, people, because of this issue of money, they go all the way out. There's no friendship, there's no trust. They want to get clear immediately. I mean, hopefully they get the money. They solve their own issue. So solving their own issue means that there's no so-called binding trust, love for anyone. They want to be competing each other. So this is a real. I decide to continue because this is real life, minus all the violence. I mean, this will actually happen. We put everyone together, say we have a game, and those people who say either this morning I have spoken to our ambassador on mental issue. People are actually willing. Sometimes they have no point of return. They felt they actually want to take their own life. So instead of taking my own life, I would join this game, have a chance to win. All of those contestants are all competing anyway. So everyone wants to survive, a chance to survive.
Yeah.
So,
No, because like when it comes to this game, as you said, there was no compassion, there was no camaraderie because everyone is out for themselves. Everyone is selfish in thinking that I have a problem and this is how I am able to solve it. Why should I team up? I mean, in the beginning bit, you can team up with people, but at the end of the day, there's only going to be one winner, and you cannot be that compassionate kind of person. You cannot be that kind-hearted kind of person if you want to win this kind of game. It is also somewhat in life as well, Marvin. If you think about it, at the end of the day, yes, you try to ask for help. Family members, government, agencies, There's so many people out there, but at the end of the day, it's all about you and how you live your life and how you make out of it. That's all that matters, because people, like it or not, Melvin, as much as we want to declare ourselves as very helpful people, as very helpful Malaysians, but how often do you actually walk down the road in KL, for instance, and see a beggar down the street and you would try to help him, bring him home, bagi the makan, and everything? You're not going to see that happen. Seriously, 9 times out of 10, that will not happen. It's all about selfish, because why? You need to think about yourself before you can think about others. That's the mentality, Melvin.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, humans, like you're not. Otherwise, we'll be next to God. Right?
Yep.
So, but then, what I'm trying to say here, yes, you borrow money, that rather through money lender or to the bank, you have to serve your interest, serve it. But if not, probably you should not enforce violence or harassment towards your borrower. Try and see. There's always a law. You are in business. You come for business. There's always a risk factor.
Yep.
We started at now. Even though we are social enterprise, we're not charged, but we hope we grow. Our revenue comes from advertisements and all those things. That's what our aim. But it's a risk factor. So in any business, like it or not, the money lender, loan shark, you have to take this as a risk, business risk. I can't. And now, if I touch wood, if we don't succeed what we plan, I'm not going to harass those people outside. You don't download. I will beat you up. I will throw rubbish on your compound and see how you feel. For not reporting things. So that's a
Mhm.
business risk that we take, but we should not take our hands and force those people and their loved ones.
Mm.
Let's say the parents can't, father, mother borrow money. The children are also get involved. Vice versa, children borrow money, the parents get involved.
Correct.
Now we have cases like this,
Yeah.
and of course, one of the cases is that we there's one person that always help people beside Melvin Lam is Chua.
I tepuk
Chua,
for you. I
you
tepuk for
can
you.
remember him. He's our
Yeah.
guest, one of the guests
Mm.
from Kulai. He has been scratched with paint. You see, this is
Yeah.
what you see in his house because he extend help to Kulai people being harassed by Alung in Kulai. He make report and all these things. And about 3-4 weeks ago, a note sent to his house and asked him to stop. Otherwise, he will get into if
Trouble.
offended this Alung, that his house will be slashed. And last week, this is actually what happened. You know,
Yeah.
uh, he's a good guy, a young good guy trying to be. He's not trying to be hero.
Mm.
He's I'm trying to be hero, make a name of himself. He are those of few that's born with kind hearts,
Mhm.
want to extend the help to help people. So he this does not discourage him. He said he will still continue. Of course, being position, he had a position in MCA. Even MCA people want to, this Outlook also don't give face, so called to say. They go and spread it,
Mm.
you know. But
Yeah.
then I hope the government, the ministries of that in charge of this, the PDRM, find a way. That has been too long, prolonged issue of this throughout Malaysia, and there's no actually ending. But actually, what I'm trying to say, if the right means the PDRM, KBKD have a round table talk to them, these people, the license money, start with license money holder, a lender, please, you have this, you have to do it right, abide by the laws, otherwise I will withdraw your license.
Yeah, I totally agree with you because action needs to be taken,
Yeah.
as you mentioned multiple times, and why these people are given the authority, why these people are actually given the license to actually conduct their business, and yet still not following all of the due diligence of what a company should be. Like you said, harassing their customers, putting harm's way of their customers. That should not be in any sort of business whatsoever, unless kalau business you memang you nak register dengan kerajaan, business pukul orang, business tuang cat. If that is your business, you put that under description. You don't just hide behind the name of money lender. You put that under description. Kalau orang pinjam duit tak pulang duit, saya akan baling cat. You put down there. Make it clear. That's your intentions of what to do, rather than
Yeah.
hiding behind the fact that oh, KPKT gave me the authority of
Yeah, that's why
doing my business. It doesn't make
that's why
sense.
the BDRM also make a official report to say the first quarter of 2021 average suicide cases is 4 persons in a day,
Mm,
right? And mostly is all related to money,
yeah, financial reasons. Yes.
financial reasons. So if we at now have to organize a Sotong game,
Mm,
I think the response will be overwhelming.
yeah. And I don't think like you and Melvin, me and Melvin, I don't think we can last even the first round. I think first round kita dah kalah dah. I think we'll be dead and buried right there, and then I don't
No,
think
we
we
are the
can.
organizer lah.
Oh, organizer. Okay, so you want to
We
pakai
are
the
the one
topi
with the
pula.
mask. With the mask.
Ui, takut weh. Sembang dengan Melvin buat ni takut. But we do want to share with our viewers as well, because again, we've been talking about loan sharks. We've been talking about the dangers of approaching the loan sharks, making a deal with them,
Yeah.
trying to help you. Where we want to advise you, we want to give you a bit of reasons why you should not actually engage with
Yeah.
a loan shark to begin with. And here are the 6 reasons why you should never take a loan with loan sharks. I'll start with the first two, Melvin. The first one is that because loan sharks, it has a never-ending interest charges. Believe me, I've
Yeah.
seen my friends, I've seen loved ones who are very close to me, gotten involved in dealing with loan sharks and everything. the amount of interest that is being imposed on the initial loan is just ridiculous. It doesn't even make sense. How did they get away with this? I do not understand. So that's the one thing that you should not approach a loan shark, because of the never-ending interest charge. And the second thing is that the hidden costs and the as you go along term and conditions, it is also very, very ridiculous. You know how we type letters, we use different kind of fonts. The hidden
Yeah.
cost fonts, I think they just use one, like super small. You have to use a microscope when it comes to the hidden costs and the go as along as you go term and conditions. It's just really, really ridiculous. Melvin, what are the other two that you can share?
Okay, just 6 reasons, isn't it? Topic six
Yeah.
reasons that why should we never borrow from loan sharks is the first, never-ending interest.
Right.
Hidden costs as you go along, right?
Number three.
Important personnel possessions taking as security deposit,
Mm-hmm.
right? You got your either variable. No option for full settlement. We have cases reported. Even they settle it, they come after. Then even even a case in the paper, ex-wife borrow money, ex-husband settle it, still come back to the ex-husband. You know,
Okay.
depression take another loan to pay for the other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Violence and harassments.
Yeah. I
Right.
mean, it's self-explanatory. Actually, the 6 reasons. I mean, like we can come up with 6,000 reasons, to be honest with you. But
Yeah.
these 6 reasons should be very, very strong enough for you to realize that there's always another way for you to get out. I mean, again, I'm blessed. I have to say that I'm grateful that I'm never in a position where I had to deal with a loan shark or actually go out and borrow money. I'm not. I'm not in that position. Thankful, touch wood. So I cannot really understand if someone else out there who are in this position. But I believe, you should not resort to actually going to a loan shark, even if it's your last resort, Melvin.
Short. I have to share this with you. Where I
Mm,
found this, I was told. I mean, was it about 3 weeks ago? A conference, online conference.
mm,
Someone who claimed to own an app, a mobile applications,
mhm.
offer loans to
Okay.
businesses. They say they come in millions, and we take the slowest 24 hours to approve. No need preference shares, whatever. We just need your director's guarantee. They are
Okay.
only offering to businesses, not personal, and it claims that one company can apply for 6 million ringgit, and they can approve you within 24 hours.
All right. There's
So
already bells ringing in my head already, but yeah,
yeah,
go on.
so I actually I told him, go to Putrajaya, knock on our Minister for Finance door. They need you more.
Yeah. Yeah. I
No,
mean, like,
this, and he was so proud to say that out loud in our business conference network.
no, I mean sometimes again when people get blinded, when they are given this illusion that they can go home with a lot of money, so they
Yeah,
tend to forget what the reality really is. They tend to forget on what could actually happen once
yeah,
this deal is done. They just can't think forward because they are blinded by the money, Melvin.
yeah. So I mean, people to fall into it if circumstances do not allow them. They have no choice to get a chance. Probably a chance. They probably believe the business will get a chance, but then you will be get into trouble.
Mm, yeah.
You know. So that one actually, I blame the organizers of not filtering this the invitation people like me to get invited. What are they? Who are they?
Yeah.
You
Correct.
know,
Yeah.
and it's I mean, if you meet people like me, I'm so blunt to tell you outright.
No filter lah. You know filter. You're not like Instagram where you can put all the filters like TikTok, right? You have no filter one, Melvin.
That's good. Probably that's the world needs more people like me.
Perhaps so, perhaps so. But yeah, to sum up, or should I say to summarize this particular topic, we purposely put this as our main topic today, as the only topic that we want to discuss today, is because of the rising number of people out there who have fallen victim to loan sharks, to money lenders out there, and they can't seem to find their way out of it. Hence why
Right.
we made the reference of this situation being similar to the Squid Game, the famous TV show that is going on right now. So we do hope that both Melvin and myself will not be organizers in the next edition of Sotong Game Malaysia, because scary, Melvin, if that were to happen.
I do want to organize a Sotong game sometime next year,
Okay, ada
but
takut.
it's for the benefits of everyone. It's a good game to participate. All right.
So the winner will not go
bring
home with
harmony.
46. So the winner will not go home with 46 billion won, is it? No.
They go home more than that with full heart of gold.
The other kind of reward, not monetary, but
Yes,
more spiritually.
yes.
Awesome. Yeah, definitely. I mean, like we definitely be looking forward to that, because I mean, yeah, it's all fun and games, but at the end of the day, it's all about just taking care of ourselves. And please, people, please do be mindful whenever you think that you want to visit a loan shark and try to help you out of a business. Really think thoroughly of what you're getting yourself into. Melvin, last words on this?
So stay safe, stay smart. Do not jump into anything that's too easy to get.
Yeah.
Good things doesn't come easy.
Yeah, correct. But one game I want to play with you, Melvin. The initial game where you have to like throw the paper on the floor, right? The tampa one. I want to play that with you, that would be fine.
Okay, we find a date. We find a date. Since now we can travel.
Sure. All right, Melvin, that's it for this week. This episode. Thanks so much. All right, we'll see you on the next
tomorrow.
one. All right, cheers, bye.
All right, take care, bye.
All right, guys, that was the topic that we had in mind. Why we're not playing fun about the situation at hand. Of course, we are very, very wary of whatever that's happening in Malaysia specifically. All we want to do is just spread that awareness, bring that out in the open, that some things needs more attention in comparison to other stuff. So please, Malaysia, be careful for whatever it is that you do out there. Think about your loved ones. If you do not want to think about yourself, think about your loved ones. Think about the consequences that could happen moving forward with your decision. Adlan here. Hope you guys enjoyed this particular episode. Signing out. Hope to see you guys again on the next one, which is tomorrow, same time, same place. Take care now. Goodbye. Happy lunching.